Hello again. So what you're looking at is the detail of from exercise 513, but this video isn't really about exercise 513, it's about exercise 514. Exercise 514 uses the information presented from the March 31st adjusted trial balance for Whimsly Refrigeration. And what it asks you to do is try to figure out the total of each of the sections of the classified balance sheet. So the total of the current assets, the total of the property, plant, and equipment, the total of intangible assets, also the liabilities side, so you'll need to determine the accounts that go in each section of that. I've gone ahead and prepared part of the solution for current assets and property, plant, and equipment. I think once we go through those, the rest of them will be pretty straightforward. So taking a look at the current assets section of exercise 514, and we'll just list out the current assets in the order that we find them in the list. The first one we find is accounts receivable, then cash, notes receivable, and I want to talk about that briefly, but prepaid rent and repair supplies, and the total is $121,000. Now you may or may not have gotten $121,000 if you gave this a try beforehand, but let me just talk about the things that are a little different. Accounts receivable and cash, of course, you're pretty familiar with seeing those in the current asset section. They're an asset that we're probably going to use in within the next year. They'll provide some benefit fairly shortly. The notes receivable may or may not appear in the current assets section of the balance sheet. It depends on where we're going to collect it. And in fact, when you take a look at the notes receivable in this question, there's a little tiny 2 beside it, which suggests there's a note down here that says $2,000 of the notes receivable will be collected by March 31st, 2012. So of the $6,000 that is the total note receivable, $2,000 is going to be collected within a year, and that makes that current. So $2,000 of that note receivable gets included in the current assets amount. You may wonder what happens to the other $4,000, and it's one of those accounts that sometimes gets split when we're preparing the actual balance sheet. So $2,000 appears in the current, and so the other part is not current. Well, there are only 3 other sections. It's not property, plant, and equipment. It certainly is tangible in that there's money to be received here, so that makes it a long-term investment. We're hoping to earn some interest on this, and so it falls into the long-term investment portion of the balance sheet, or within that total as far as this question is concerned. The other account, prepaid rent, which you may or may not have included initially, $14,000. Remember, prepaid rent is rent we've paid ahead of time. We will actually use that space over the coming months, and that $14,000 of prepaid rent will eventually be converted into rent expense. Which brings me to repair supplies. Repair supplies, there are 2 repair supplies accounts in this list. They include repair supplies and repair supplies expense. Repair supplies, the dollar value there, $17,000, is the amount of repair supplies that we still own. They're sitting on the shelf, and we'll probably use them at some point within the next year, or probably sooner. We'll use them to actually do some repairs. Repair supplies expense is the total value of repair supplies that we have already used this year. So we've used $14,000 worth of supplies. There are still $17,000 worth of supplies sitting on a shelf that still exist as supplies still owned by the company that we haven't used up yet. So looking back at the list, then we have current assets. The total is $121,000. So that's the current assets section. Property, plant, and equipment, again, some sort of different things about that. Not in the order that we find them. One of the things I do when I look at a list like this is property, plant, and equipment is normally gets depreciated. And I noticed as I go down the list, one of the first few accounts I find is accumulated depreciation equipment and accumulated depreciation truck. That tells me somewhere in this list I'm going to find equipment and I'm going to find truck. And if I go just down into the E's, because these are in alphabetical order, I find equipment, $13,000. And that $13,000 is how much I paid for the equipment initially. The cost of the equipment was $13,000. But I knew I was going to own that equipment for a long period of time, and I wanted to spread that cost out over a number of periods, and we do that with depreciation by spreading that cost out. And accumulated depreciation is how much of that cost I've spread out so far. So the equipment cost $13,000, and of that $13,000 cost, I've spread $9,000 out as an expense over previous periods. So when I look at the calculation to determine total property, plant, and equipment, I see equipment at cost, that's what it is, says cost, $13,000, and I subtract from that the amount of the cost that I've already spread out over the previous accounting periods. And so the cost that's left to spread out is $13,000 minus the 9 is $4,000. You may wonder why I wrote it over here. I'll explain that in a second. The next property, plant, and equipment asset was the truck. And when we look at the list, that truck cost us $26,000. We've already accumulated depreciation of $21,000. That is, we've spread $21,000 of that $26,000 cost over our previous accounting periods. So the amount of the cost that's left to spread for the truck is $5,000. And now you can see why I've written it out here, so I can clearly see the $4,000 that is the equipment, the $9,000 that is the truck, and so the total property, plant, and equipment is $9,000. Now you may wonder, one other what looks like property, plant, and equipment in the list, there's an item called land. But it says land not currently used in business operations. And if an asset is not being used by the business, we're typically holding it for investment purposes. Normally when somebody goes to the trouble to point this out, land not currently being used, that's land held for investment purposes. And so it should show up in the long-term investments portion of total of assets when you get to that section. So that should get you going. So take a look at that. The full solution, of course, is posted up on WebCT. But I'd say take a look at the whole thing. There is one additional thing I want to point out. One of the things you're required to calculate is total liabilities and equity, in addition to all the other things. I'll remind you that the accounting equation is assets equals liabilities plus equity. It's the basic accounting equation. So when you figure out all the assets, you'll get a number. You'll figure out the total of all the liabilities and get a number, and the equity will just be the difference between the two that will result with the assets equaling liabilities plus equity. You won't have to actually figure out equity from the accounts here, although you could, but the easy way to do that, of course, is to just say the equity is the number that we need to balance total assets to liabilities and equity. So, as I say, the solution's posted on WebCT, and once you get your solution, you'll be able to check it against that and make sure you did all right. And as always, if you have any questions, you can ask.